This particular IPL Coupe was purchased brand new by a young lady who drove it for 2 months, and at the end of the 2 months, this particular dealership got in the second color option for the IPL, which is black with bright red leather interior. And I guess after driving it for 2 months, she decided she'd rather have the black with the red interior. And she brought it into the dealership, and I'm sure lost several $1,000s in trading in practically a brand new car, but drove off in the black one, and this one went onto the showroom floor where I picked it up. One of the things that this previous owner did to this car that I wasn't very crazy about was they blackened the headlamps and the tail lamps. Not a big fan, but at the same time, to replace these back, it costs an arm and a leg, so I'm just going to leave that alone. And then they did this wonderful thing where I guess they just sanded the chrome on this and then spray painted it black. So over time, as rocks and road debris pop up and hit the front of the car, this, I guess it's just black spray paint over the original chrome emblem, has gotten chipped and it's kind of crappy looking. So what I did was I went to my Infiniti dealer, the same one that I purchased the car from, and I ordered a replacement grille emblem. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting this emblem off. What we have to do is we have to remove this plastic cover to be able to get to the back side of the grille and undo the two little clips that this snaps into place with. So to be able to reach back there, you've got to get this off. So you have to remove these two bolts, and then you have to remove this bolt, and this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Then you have a bolt in this corner, a bolt in this corner. And you get these little plastic clips. Now what's really funny is I can tell you, having done a lot of my own maintenance on my cars over the years, the General Motors automobiles that I've owned that have these type of clips where you put in a flathead screwdriver and you gently pop them up and they pop out, they always break. But with Infiniti, they don't. Again, Nissan knows how to make stuff, and they make it well. To remove this cover, you need two tools. You need a flathead screwdriver, and you preferably want one where the blades of the screwdriver will fit into the little grooves on the clips, so that way you can fit them in nice and neat and get them up and out without damaging the clip. You're also going to need a 10mm socket, or a 10mm wrench. It doesn't matter. I'm going to use a socket to be able to remove it quickly. Remember, this car is actually made in Japan. This is not made in the United States, so all the bolts and nuts and things on this car are going to be metric in size. But for this particular operation, you're going to need a 10mm. So we've got our tools. I'm going to go ahead and remove everything, and then once I've got it removed, I'll let you take a look at it and see how it goes. Here's a little tip. Anytime you're doing any kind of work like this, we're going to be dealing with screws and bolts. Get you a little plastic container or something that you can put everything in, and then leave it in a very conspicuous place so that way you don't lose anything. That way, as you remove all the bolts out of here, you can put them in here, and that way when you get ready to put everything back, it goes right back in. If this was a little bit more of a complex operation, I would actually do things in layers and diagram it out, and that way, or print out an exploded view of what you're taking apart. Remember, when you put everything back together, you should always have the same amount of materials go into the car that came out, so that way if all of a sudden you've put everything back in and you've got extra screws, you did something wrong, and I don't envy you in trying to figure out what that is. This is really simple, so you shouldn't have any problems like that, but just a tip. Don't lose your stuff. So there are 10 bolts to get the bolt section of the cover removed. There are 8 that are slightly larger with a washer, and then there are 2 smaller. These are the 2 that are on either side, on the far side of the cover. So now that we've got those out of the way, we're going to work on the clip. So it's pretty simple. You just put your screwdriver in, just turn gently up, and they pop right out. Just be careful that, you don't want to force something like this. You don't want to break it. It's never a bad idea to have extra clips available. You know, go to your dealer and ask, you know, what a bag of these, of, you know, 5 or 10 of these things would cost. Again, much more common to need these on a General Motors car than on a Nissan, and I can promise you I'll go through this and remove all these clips and won't have any break. Not the case on the work I've done in the past on my Cadillac. So here we go, and I'm going to remove these, and then we can remove the cover. So there are 2 notches back here, and this cover has a little lip that comes over and sits over those. And I've discovered you got to take the coolant tray, you got to loosen it and move it out of the way to be able to slide this forward enough to get past these notches. So see, we thought we were done and we could just take it out, but this actually just slides forward. The entire mechanism does. And you see it just comes out. One of the things I like about this engine is that there's these seals all the way around it, so it stays relatively dust-free in here. So let me loosen up the 2 bolts for the coolant receptacle here, and then we'll be able to slide this past these 2 notches and get this out of here. So what I did was I loosened, removed the bolts and just slid this back. I didn't actually disconnect it. It's just now just sitting enough out of the way, and that's far enough out of the way that I'll be able to get this past these little bolts here, and I'll be able to pull it out. So let me go ahead and do that and get this removed, and then we'll get to replacing that, because we've got to undo 2 clips inside of here to be able to pull this straight forward. So I got that cover up beyond the 2 lips, between the 2 little pegs back here. So you see you got these 2 little pegs. This is part of the front end assembly. You have to get these 2 little holes up and around, so you just have to work it a little bit back and forth until you get to that point. Now all I've done is I've just simply set this up, and now see that I can get right to that emblem, which is right here. So you can see there is one of the clips there, and there's the other clip on the other side, and all you do is just move them to the side and that emblem pops right off. So we're going to do that real quick, and then we'll get back and install the new one. So once you've undone those 2 simple clips in the back, this just pulls right off. It's actually very easy. It's kind of sad that you have to go through all of this to just get to these 2 simple little clips here. But I guess that's so makes it difficult, so somebody can't just walk up to your car in the mall and pop your emblem off your front of your car. I guess that would kind of stink. You know, and obviously this is the original emblem that came with the car. You can see where it was taken off and spray painted, because it's kind of nasty and dirty in here, and it's obviously probably never been cleaned underneath here since I've had the car. I've had the car 2 years. This car just had its 2nd birthday with me. So I'm going to clean all this up and get it nice and sparkly and nice, and then put the new one on, and then we'll put that back into place, and we'll call it a day. It's real simple. We've got all this cleaned up now, and you're going to love this. Click, click, and the new emblem is firmly in place, and I think that looks so much better than that black one did. So yeah, hey, I'll post a link to my eBay page, and if somebody wants a blacked out Infiniti emblem for their G37 or their IPL Coupe, there you go. Anyway, so now I'm going to put the top back into place, reattach the coolant bottle, put all the bolts and nuts and everything back into place, and then we're done. So here we are, the new emblem, which is awesome looking, in place. Everything's put back together. Everything's nice and neat. No extra parts. Haha. And anyway, So that is how you change the emblem on a G37 or on an IPL Coupe. And be sure to look for my next video where I'll be going over the technology package for the beautiful new Q50S. This is the 3.7 liter performance S model, and this one is fully equipped. It's got the tech package, the entry light with the lights underneath it. It's just really an awesome, amazing car, and the technology in this thing is just sick. So this is going to be my next video, and in the meantime, keep cruising and enjoying your Infiniti.